Well lads, today we're going to show you how to make a hobo fishing can. We'll also be showing you how to make a hobo fishing rod as well. So with this one, you're going to be using the, let's see again, the spinner. They're only about €1 in a fishing tackle shop. And the rest you can just find, whatever, next to roads and stuff like that. Because you'll basically be using the stuff that you can find, like, say for example, look at that. There's like loads of bottles and cans and stuff that people throw in here, so we're just going to use them to our advantage. And you know, you usually find big clumps of line like that as well. So I've just kind of hopped down here. See kind of cans like this. Coke cans as well, and like 7-Up cans. They're probably the best. But oh yeah, plastic bottles as well. They're pretty good as well. But try and go for the aluminium cans because they're probably the best. So we're going to show you how to use line that you find, put it onto a can, and then attach the lure or the bait, and then use it in the canal to just have some kind of chance of catching something on a very low budget fishing can. Alright, so we'll get started. So we've stretched out the line fully, we've untangled it and stuff, and it's roughly about 20 feet, would you say about 20 feet?
Yeah,
15-20 feet. That's all you'll need for this kind of small canal. Like, you know, small rivers and stuff. So we've just tied it on there just to make it easier to kind of stretch it out. We just kind of tied it on there and pulled it all the way out. So if you snip that, Rory. And because we're going to be using this, and say for example you don't have a knife out with you, we're going to have to tie it on to this can and then wrap it around. But if you do have a knife, you can just puncture it in two places.
Stab it just like there, and then put the line through and just tie a normal knot.
Tie a normal like reef knot or granny knot or whatever. But saying you don't have a knife, you just have to tie it on with a reef knot or granny knot.
This time I think I'm going to use a double granny knot. I just put it tight.
That's good. And you want to try and make it as tight as possible to the can, like flush with the can almost. Right, so now you can basically use it like a reel to wind it all up.
Yep, you just wrap it around the can.
And I'll just hold that. It's caught in your foot then. And yeah, that's basically how you get the line on.
Yeah.
Now we'll just show you how to tie on the spinner. And remember, if you don't have an angling shop close to you, you could use like kind of, you could try it out different things like pieces of wire and you know, whatever you find, you can give it a go. But see, with this kind of thing, you need a float to use worm and a hook. And if you use a piece of wire to try and bend into a hook, that could be very flimsy and it could bend very, very easily. So with this kind of thing, you really don't want to be going for a hook. You should really just, you know, this is a low budget can, so if you have €1, you should have €1 on you just to buy one spinner, and all the rest you can do by just finding it around you.
Okay, so that's it.
It's basically the whole can and line and
Then you just like cast it in, just hold it like that, and then you just throw it, and then let the line off.
We'll demonstrate that fully right now. So we came down to the water, and for the length of the line that we have, you'll probably want to come down to the shallowest point that you can find, because if you're trying to cast off a very high place like over there, you'll use up your line almost like just trying to get it into the water. So Rory's going to demonstrate. So you basically hold out a little decent bit of slack, maybe about 2 foot of slack, and yeah,
You just like kind of like swing it and just throw it like that. Make sure you have the can, the end of the can, pointing into the water when you're throwing it in.
and see the way you reel, you like hold the line in one hand and let the tin do the work. You
Or else
spin the
what
tin.
you can do is wrap it with your hand. Like, I don't know which way would be more effective.
Probably tangle a bit more if you did it that way.
Okay, so we're going to try it again. Oh, that wasn't a great cast.
It's just because this can, see the way it has little lips on the top there, you can get caught. So that's why Coke cans and 7-Up cans are probably the best. You know, soda cans basically. Except that, you know, if all you can find is a bean can, or, you know, whatever, chopped tomato can, they still work. Right, so that's the Hobo fishing can, and now we're going to head over to Balna and show you the Hobo fishing rod. And as we come down to Balna, the stream in Balna, I'm just going to show you how to make the basic Hobo fishing rod. I've already shown you how to make the can, and this one is basically a low budget fishing rod that you can make with a few materials that you can find, and a few materials that like a hook and a weight that are very, very cheap. So we basically got a stick from basically in the ditch there. Just cut it out. You want to be looking for a relatively straight one with as little knots and little branches and stuff sticking out of it. So first of all, you get a piece of line. You might find some kind of messed up pieces around or like by the stream. You can just unravel them and stuff. You only need about 5 meters at the most, because you're only casting into a very small area here. So you want to be going. You want to first actually put it in like this first. You want to do a reef knot. So you have the small, or the end of the line on the left. Bring it across. And under. Pull it tight. And then the end should be on the right now. So just pull it across like that and under. Pull it across the left and then under like that. So that's basically all you need for that bit. And actually it'd be better if you kind of find a piece of the stick that has kind of like a little knot or something to stop it slipping down. So we're taking the line from the view earlier, from the tin. Cut that off. So basically what you're going to be using is a cork for a float and 2 very cheap weights that you can buy from your angling store. So we have some 0.8 grams. 2 or 3 0.8 grams will do. So you take them, actually I'll keep them in this. Keep them over here. You want to get your cork, you know, just basic wine cork. Your mum or dad might have one from a night of drinking or whatever. Try and cut into it. This knife isn't the best at the moment. Actually, I'll just use Rory's. definitely sharper. Just basically trying to make a groove kind of halfway in. It might take a bit of time to do this. If you have like a little saw on your Swiss Army knife, that might be good. But that one, the one that I have took out today, doesn't have one. Took out the wrong one. Right, so that should actually probably do. Just put a little bit more in. This is probably the hardest bit. All the rest is fine. Right, so get your line. And depending on how deep your stream is that you're fishing in, place the float wherever you want. See, look, fits in really perfectly like that. What you can do is make a little knot like this. Just a simple granny knot or reef knot. You can actually use the same knot as we just did for tying on the line onto the stick. So basically 2 feet, roughly, maybe a foot and a half from the float to the end, and that one is done. In there. Now what you will need actually as well, if you want to get the float or the weights on really tight, where are our pliers?
I think they're in the red bag.
You will need some pliers to put on your weights. But that's pretty much, that and a knife are pretty much the only tool that you'll need. Okay. So then about, say about a foot down from the float, slot in the line into the little groove like that. Just catch your pliers. Squeeze it good and tight. You might mess up the weight, but it's okay because it's a lead and these are very soft. It's going to happen. I'll just do the same for the next two, sorry. Let's do the same for all three. Right, so that's what the 3 leads should look like. Alright, so the next and final part, apart from baiting up, of course, you need to just get a size 14 or 16 hook, 14 preferably, and just do normal fishing as that. 6 times around and through the loop at the bottom. And you can use your pliers to hold the end and just pull it really tight. Right, so cut off a little bit of waste. Alright. It's a normal earthworm I use for the bait. Dig them up in your garden or something. Just like that. And with this, it's not going to be like a normal fishing rod. You're going to have to get a little bit of slack like this. And just chuck it in like this. Alright, that's bad. Floats a bit high up actually, but anyway. And that's basically it. From just casting, you can get a good bit of slack like this. Just shove it in. Fortunately, there's not many fish now to show you how. Or to show you how to properly like reel in a fish, but anyway. That is an extremely low budget rod. Probably have a bit too much line on there. You might even need about 2 meters. So yeah, guys, thanks for watching. This is the cork for a float and stick for a rod. That's all you need, and apart from the weights and the hook and the worm. But yeah, that's basically all you need for an extremely simple fishing rod. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. You can make the can or this in about 5 minutes and then just cast it in, and you have a very good chance of catching some fish. So yeah, thanks for watching.